Hey, how's it going? If you're like me and 99% of other Americans, or by that matter, 98% of the world's population, you know what we all have to do, right? Every single one of us. None of us are excluded from this. Some are, but most of us aren't. You know what that is, right? I'll give you a little bit of time to think over that. Mosey over, if that's even the correct word. Roll that over in your brain. Make sure you understand where I'm coming from. Do you know what I'm talking about? Of course you do. We all have to work. Work for 60 years of your life. Then retire and hope to God you have enough retirement money, or that the job you worked at would pay retirement, because if that don't happen, well, sorry buddy, you're stuck out, man. Food pantry for the rest of your life it is. Anyways, yes, work. The great work. It's like school, but you get paid, and instead of getting your entire paycheck that you earned, a little bit gets taken out. Matter of fact, a good chunk of it gets taken out and goes to people who need it and people who received enough of it. You know the routine. You wake up, put on that fake smile. Yeah, always a pleasure, never a chore. That type of work. Whether it be the service industry or construction, cleaning, whatever it be. You just gotta scrape yourself up out of bed, and you really don't want to. And whether you like it or not, you have to. You know what I'm saying? Either that or be homeless, or, you know. I mean, it's a really bleak outlook at this current moment in time. It is currently this year, and I mean, $20 is like new $10 because of how expensive everything is. I'm gonna go off script for a second. I don't know if you guys know this, but a lot of people in my generation are done. We're done. We're over this crap, bruh. No, straight up. We're just like, yeah, I'm here to take your order. I'm not gonna smile. I'm not gonna do any of that. Matter of fact, what I'm gonna do is, you either get out of my dang driveway, or I'm not gonna serve you. Or you can take this food and pay the amount. I don't want your business. No, there's help wanted signs everywhere, bruh. Straight up. I'm currently working at a job where there's supposed to be 10 of us a night. There's only 3. And yet, the big corporations that we work for don't want to pay us for doing the jobs of multiple people. They want to keep paying us the little pennies. I have personally been job hopping for the past 7 months. And I've landed multiple jobs that I really, really liked, and was really upset because they were temporary. And then I landed jobs that could have been permanent, but I hated them so much because of the dog shit people that worked there. And I really wish I could just knock them the fuck out with a baseball bat. For legal reasons, that's a joke. Before I get into this, let me give you a little backstory. FedEx Express was a good job with good people. There were a couple assholes, but that's everywhere. You did your thing, you got paid an okay amount. We worked 6 hours, got a really long break, which was like an hour sometimes. The only issue with FedEx Express was that I wasn't really employed by FedEx Express. I was employed by Randstad. And they were paying the good money. FedEx now only pays $16, which no, don't. That is not worth it unless you're only doing it as a side hustle. Now let's get into the meat and bones of this. Let's talk about FedEx Ground. I'm going to lay out the structure of FedEx Ground so that you can get an idea and understanding of how everything operated. So there were multiple positions in this place, right? It was a big warehouse with zero insulation. It was cold outside, it was colder inside. If it's hot outside, it's hotter inside. The positions in FedEx Ground ranged from, oh my God, I can't believe I'm being paid $18 an hour for this, to, well, why the hell am I even being paid $18 an hour for this? This is worth $30 an hour, not $18. The extremely easy jobs were big towers where you're 20 feet in the air and you're sorting out all these boxes and you're moving them to their designated areas. Easy, right? Fan on you all day long, by the way. Easy. No, you wouldn't even break a sweat. You get dirty because boxes were filthy, by the way. Like, I was wearing this exact shirt working at that place because I was getting a rash. And it was disgusting. Small towers is another easy one where it's exactly like big towers, except it's a smaller tower. And then there's literally just one called smalls where you're dealing with this was usually The workforce around Smalls was usually populated by extremely old people that couldn't do heavy labor. And this old lady about this short would like come skulking by, right? Straight up just like walking like this with a basket and grab these like bags of just nothing. Put them in there. There'd be like 40 of these bags. She'd open them up, sort them out into these bins. Easy money, right? Like, no, I'm gonna be completely straight. The only way this place could actually truly function correctly is if each position got paid a different price. Because the one that I worked at was not worth 18 an hour. It was worth 30. And I will die on this hill. It was worth 30 an hour. Another extremely easy one was QA, where after the shift is over with, any boxes that blew up, you know, those people dealt with that. So, oh, we'd grab this box and put all of its contents back in and use half a pound of duct tape and put it back on the thing. Easy. And last but not least would be shift manager, as one of the brain dead easiest jobs in the entire facility. These people, what happened, oh my God, it gets me so infuriated when I think about this, honestly. It's like, you're getting paid more than all of us and you don't do shit. The managers of Fedex Ground would sit all day long at a computer, right? Be sitting down, typing away at their fucking computers, looking at it. They had their own personal fans, so they weren't breaking a sweat at all, right? I'm genuinely getting disgusted just thinking about this. Like, it's really pissing me off, actually. The managers of Fedex Ground are literal NPCs. That's the only way I can describe them. They're not human. They're robots. They're programmed to say certain things, and they don't understand how to interact with people. It's crazy how these people interact. The fact that they got that far in life is insane. I'm not going to talk much more about the managers, other than literal useless human beings, and FedEx needs to stop prioritizing favoritism and start prioritizing people that are actually going to do shit. Let's get into the jobs that are like, yeah, maybe this is worth the 18 an hour, okay? And those would be the van lines, and that's about it. The van line was like, I think, the only one that would be worth 18 an hour. And the issue is, they were always understaffed. They're so understaffed that they expect you to do 5 vans by yourself, and they don't pay you to do 5 vans. So honestly, that job wasn't even worth 18 an hour either. That job was worth 18 plus 2 more 18s, because you're doing the job of 3 people. Shout out to my boys. I'm not going to name them on here, but all love, man. For real. All love from this side, bruh. I know we don't talk much no more since we all went our separate ways and all quit, but all love on this side. We worked at ICs. ICs was one of the hardest jobs on the place. This entire fucking plantation, I guess you could call it. ICs, which are incompatibles, which is what it stands for, because the boxes are too big. These boxes were as big as me and weighed 2 times as I did. They were heavy. They were bulky. You couldn't get a good grip on them because they'd slip and slide. And to add insult to injury, my homie, I'm not going to name him, let's just call him A. His name started with an A. A big-ass box just went thunk on his head. He knocked out. He was on the ground. I didn't know, right? Until I looked over and I saw him getting up like 15 minutes later, right? And we're talking about one of the managers here. The manager's useless as shit. Like I said before, he goes to her like dazed out of his mind because he just got knocked out. And she looks at him concerned and then walks away. Excuse me? I could go and take a shit and it'd have more authority in that damn room than you will ever have in your entire life, you useless bitch. This happened to my boy twice. Homie's not, I guess he's not like aware of some shit. But the second time it happened, the other manager, his name was Q. He went up and when that shit happened, he was like, oh man, that sucks, man. That sucks. I'm sorry, man. He didn't even say he's sorry, right? I got all the messages on my phone. And the other hard one would be tuggers. Tuggers are the guys that get on the tugs and tug the ICs away. And that's essentially doing ICs by yourself. The thing about the only redeeming quality about Fedex Ground is that you gain muscle and lose a lot of weight. I lost 13 pounds there during my stay of only a month and a half because my schedule was so unhealthy. I would wake up, eat, shower, go to Fedex for 7 hours, sleep when I got home. All day. Only have 2 hours to myself, eat a little bit, repeat for a month and a half straight. I gained a lot of muscle. My legs are hella strong. That's it though. That's the only redeeming quality about Fedex Ground. You gain muscle and lose weight. They even have it on their thing. Oh, you want to get paid to work out? Hee hee hee. Fuck you guys. If you go on Indeed.com and look at the reviews for Fedex Ground, 9% of those I went through. Favoritism, managers not knowing what the hell they're doing, managers not doing anything, people there being just real shitty in general. Just literal playground. That's exactly what that is. It's like run with chickens without a head. And then you got the disconnected ones that are in the office with the nice AC units. Ooh, yeah, good. Living the good life, right? They got their own personal fridge where they can get all the unlimited ice cream that they want, even though they're not working for it. And it just didn't make sense. And on that topic of ice cream, they would give us Freeze Pops and Gatorades. They stopped doing that because I guess they went over budget. The $1 billion corporation couldn't afford to give their workers electrolyte drinks and popsicles because fuck you. It's a recession and Joe Biden is to blame, I guess. I don't even know what to say anymore. Like, I've just gone completely off script. Emotions taking over this video. I'm tired. It's been about a good month and a half or 2 months since I've worked at Fedex. And all I really have to say is just don't go to Fedex Ground. There's a lot of different FedExes. Avoid Fedex Ground at all costs. I'm being completely serious. Like, no memes. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart. You're worth more than that. You're worth more than what these people will treat you like. Okay? Do your boy a favor and never touch the ground of Fedex Ground. Because it's not worth it. They're going to overwork you and underpay you and then expect you to treat them with respect when they themselves don't even treat you with respect. Fuck those people.